Thank you for being with us today in our first episode of FASoS Student Talks.
Hello, Claudia. Thank you so much for having me, and hello, everyone.
So what if we start with a little introduction about yourself and what are you currently studying?
Sure. So I came here to the Netherlands from Italy 2 years ago. Now I'm a second-year digital society student, but my background kind of detaches from it because in Italy, in my high school, I studied international relations and marketing, which gave me a substantial background in business, and that's why I decided to move the focus to technologies. I actually decided to study digital society at Maastricht University because it was one of the few courses that could embrace both practical and theoretical skills. And on top of that, I believe that it's really important to study technologies nowadays because if we think about it, it all started with ARPANET in the 70s, and now we can talk about decentralized systems and all the digital assets that are built upon it.
Great, thank you for that introduction. Could you tell us a bit more about the projects you're working on? What are you currently doing alongside your studies?
So aside my studies, I'm actually a hard worker. I work for two companies. One is a digital marketing agency, while the other one is a company that takes care of the fiscal and financial sides of online businesses. It all started with digital marketing. Now it has been almost 5 years that I'm inside this industry, but in general, I've always been inside technology. In different periods of my life, I focused on different topics from websites to artificial intelligence in 2020, and now I'm into crypto and NFTs. And this is actually what my project is about, but I won't spoil too much. Let's just say that I will combine my expertise in marketing and communication with these new technologies.
Wow, then all of this sounds very good. Now that you mentioned NFTs and cryptos, can you tell us a bit more about it?
Sure. If we think about crypto and NFTs, I believe that they will take over the market. They will implement new payments if we think about crypto, while if we concentrate on NFTs, it's a whole other story because we are developing new ways of attributing value to assets. NFTs give the ownership to digital assets, whether it's an image, a song, or our exam submitted as PDF. So, but it's not just about that. It's not just about advancement in technologies, but it's also about disruptive tools that could lead to digital freedom, for example. Because with blockchain technologies, we are actually accountable for its functioning and development. So we could kind of say that it won't be anymore just a regime from above like banks and tech companies, but there will be also a decentralization of digital power to a certain extent, of course.
We see that you have a lot of knowledge about the topic. Actually, do you think a digital society has helped you in reaching all of this knowledge?
Yes, definitely. Definitely, it helped me a lot. It kind of opened my mind, and when I started, I was like, wow, so this actually is gonna happen. We could have robots around ourselves like in 10 years. So yeah, it was definitely a good choice. It's well structured. It's a really well structured program because it combines practical and theoretical skills. So we go from coding and statistical methods and WordPress to courses like artificial intelligence and digitalization in politics, which helped me a lot to start being critical about the world and about like our digital environment. So I think it's definitely an interesting course.
It sounds very interesting indeed. Would you recommend this bachelor program to everyone, or to who would you recommend it to?
Okay, good question. So yes, I would definitely recommend it because in the end we are all in this together. We are always forced and pushed to be active online. So to engage with communities, with social platforms, to build an outstanding identity no matter in which platform. So why not be acknowledged about it? I believe that students or upcoming students that are interested in technologies in general should take this course, definitely, because it could be a worthy, useful way to start implementing your digital skills. In general, we depend on technologies. Yeah, I always like to bring up the quote from James Cleave, who says that we only recognize the power of machines once they stopped working. And if we think about it, inside of our house, in our daily lives, we do depend on technologies.
We clearly depend on technologies. We can see it in our everyday life with things like Siri. Even myself,
Exactly.
I use it. And, but thank you very much for answering all of our
Thanks to you.
questions, for being here today, and for talking about you and
Thank
digital
you.
society and the future of cryptos and NFTs.
Thank you so much.